If I traded it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back, everyone. My next guest has been on with me once before. I have with me Rocky McKay, and he is the CEO and co-founder of Peak Care Assisted Living Homes. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Carol. Glad to be back.
Thank you for being here. So how long have you been in the industry, and what is the initial inspiration for Peak Care Assisted Homes?
I've been in the industry now for 3 years. Got the inspiration of when we started looking for places to put my partners and I's family members at, our loved ones, and we just was really looking at different homes and found out that, we wanted a higher standard of a home, more luxury home to be able to put them at. So we started going in and focusing on building very beautiful homes and making it really feel like a home environment, but make sure they're ADA friendly for people in wheelchairs and everything like that. So we really customize all of our homes to be able to do that.
Now, before you came on, you were telling me that you're doing these virtual tours now. I want to talk a little bit about that. Go ahead.
The virtual tours, we can do anything with their families that are wanting to tour. So we can do Skype, we can do FaceTime, and what we'll do is we'll go live with them and we'll walk them through the whole home so they can see it, they can see the room, and be able to interact with them, and they can be able to see the caregivers, the other residents, and be able to kind of be like they're there.
Yeah, now that's really cool that you can offer that now, because you don't have to necessarily be there. You can actually check it out virtually or even by Skype.
And with the family members spread out all over the country and can't travel right now, it's really easy for them to do it.
Sure. Now, your website is peakcareliving.com. And before we get to one of these things that I want to talk about, I just want to talk about your core principles there, because it's really important when you're going to be, handing over your loved ones to living in a home like that.
Yeah, our core principles are astonishment, integrity, and stewardship. We're going to make sure we're astonishing our family members and their loved ones of just exceeding their expectations of the care and the love they're getting. Integrity, there's a lot of stuff that goes into making sure the loved ones are being taken care of, and we're going to be going over all the paperwork with them and all that stuff so they can completely understand what our responsibility is and what is still their responsibilities. And stewardship is they're entrusting us with their loved ones, and we don't take that lightly.
Well, and what is that? It does mean a lot. That's probably the most important of all three.
It is.
Okay, now on your website, you also said that they can get an assessment actually on where their level is at.
Yeah, so if they go to our website and they can click the Get Started button, there's a questionnaire that they'll be able to fill out, and at the end of it, once they put in all their information it will come back with a video to them of, are they need independent living? Do they need assisted living? Is it a memory care that they need? So this will help them point them in the right direction. Love to be able to try to take care of them myself, but they can use this no matter what, even if don't have a place in their areas, to find out what they need so they can have a good conversation with the ones they need to have a go with.
You brought up a really good point that I was thinking about, because a lot of people, their loved one might live here who needs to be in a home, and they don't live here.
Yep.
Right? And so they can start by going up on that website, checking it out, possibly even doing a tour with you, a virtual tour, and then you can actually just push Get Started, and then you fill out exactly where you think that your loved one would be.
Yeah,
then you do consultations with people.
Yeah, and the consultations is pretty much what we do is assessments, so we can do it with them on the phone. So, we're going to ask them, the questions of, like how much help do they need with dressing? How much help do they need with bathing? Are they incontinent or not? So, we'll find out and say, okay, this is the type of level of care that your loved one needs.
Right. Now, let's say they're going to want to take a tour, what's that look like? Tell everybody what that looks like.
Well, the tours, they're all very customized to what the family members have, but, what we start out is with the common areas, and we'll walk them through. We'll walk them through our beautiful kitchen, because it isn't a home. They get to see the cooking being done. They get to smell it. It's not like a big place where they're not getting
such
that.
Such a big difference. I know we had, I'm going to just say this, we had my not my mom, but my aunt was there and at home. Mm-hmm. Such a difference to be in a place like that. Tell them,
well, because, you're able to interact with the residents, the caregivers, and you're sitting there, it's always to get like an appetite when they're cooking is you want to be able to smell that food. You know, like, ooh, this is getting you excited. Dinner's ready. Yeah.
What do you got to look forward to with that?
And, you know, and in a home environment, you know, our care levels are a little bit better than a bigger facility because, you know, we run about one caregiver to every 5 residents compared to 1 to 10 to 1 to 15 in the bigger places. So we can do a lot better care and more personalized care, which we specialize in, a lot more personalized care for each resident.
You
so
can check them out on their website. It is peakcareliving.com. You can also call them 800-906-1030. They're all about making sure that they give you astonishment, also integrity, and stewardship. Did I say it right?
You did.
I wrote it down as you were talking. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the conditions that people might have. And I asked you before you come, how is everybody there right now?
Everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing good. I mean, we have no sicknesses, thank goodness, and we're screening everybody before they come in. We're limited access to who can come in. It's really just medical people right now that we're allowing in to be able to do the care for their loved ones. We set up Skype for all the homes so the loved ones can Skype with their residents or FaceTime with the residents so we can be able to make sure they're getting the interactions. But for conditions, I mean, we can do dementia, can do MS, we can do Parkinson's. So we do a wide variety of care for a lot of our residents. Just not they need help because, they maybe not moving functional, but there's a lot of families, especially in this time, that MSs are getting too far along where they can't be able to take care of them, where we have specialized caregivers that we've done extra training on to help with those residents.
When does somebody need to call? When do you think, where they might think, I'm not sure, I don't know if my mom needs someone or not, maybe they're not ready in their mind?
That's what the perfect assessment is. If they answer those questions, they will come out because it will say, oh, they're independent living. They might just need a little bit of this, or they only need a little bit of assisted living. So that is right there, but it's never too soon to start planning.
Right.
They all need to start thinking about that. Don't wait till the last minute. Think about it.
The website is peakcareliving.com. You can also go to their Get Started button, and you'll get an assessment right there.
Yep.
Go ahead.
You can fill out they'll be able to fill out that questionnaire. If they want to talk, call that number. They can hit 0 or hit 101 extension and be able to get transferred to me personally. So if they want to talk to me personally,
call him when he's off the air. That number is toll free, 800-906-1030. Okay, what about some of the unique activities that you offer?
So most homes, they do that, but we have employed an activities director that goes around and interacts with them. So she's very good with arts and crafts, so she gets very detailed with arts and crafts. And we really kind of customize it when residents have what they like to do. So there's some nights that, the residents like to play card games, poker, blackjack, bingo. But we do a lot of arts and crafts too. Every holiday, they all make different things for their own rooms.
And believe
all
me,
that.
Before they get into the home, they're probably like fighting it a little bit. But then they go, guess what? They end up loving it.
They do. They'll start saying, oh, they're very antisocial, and the next thing you know, they're out there interacting with it because these other residents will get them out there, and they'll come out of their shell fairly quickly.
They all kind of in the same position, right?
They are.
Real quickly, so some of the difference, real quickly before, I want to talk about the criteria that your caregivers need.
Mm-hmm. So all of our caregivers are certified by the state, and then we do additional training with them in-house for the level of care that our residents need. And then we also do additional background checks and drug screening during the hiring process.
So tell everybody why you think that everybody should go to Peak.
Well, if you're going to want one of the best luxury homes in there to put your loved ones at, you're not going to find any better ones than here. And especially for the personalized care that they're going to get, that's what we really specialize in.
How many homes do you have?
We have 3 in the valley.
Where are they located?
We have 2 in Scottsdale. One's off of 130th Street in Shea. The other one's off of 96th Street in Shea. And our third one is on Central and Bethany Home in Phoenix.
And lastly, what are you doing to help everybody? Again, I know you mentioned it before, because everyone wants to be protected right now with the COVID. Go ahead.
Well, we're limited in access, but we are keeping our caregivers screened when they come in here, making sure they're not having symptoms of anything. We're scanning all of our residents, taking all their vitals every 8 hours to make sure that they are not coming down with any symptoms.
And God bless you for even having them in the first place, because
Thank
it
you.
takes a special person to do that, and they are all, I know, taking extra precautions to make sure everybody is safe. Everybody is doing
Yep.
that. Again, they've got 3 locations throughout the valley. You can check out their website. It is peakcareliving.com. Just go ahead and get that assessment right there. Or if you need to call, you'll get a consultation right here with Rocky. And that number is 800-906-1030. They do virtual tours and free consultations.
Brian Kilmeade, mornings at 7 a.m. on 1100 KFNX. The true voice of Arizona. Independent Talk 1100 KFNX.
Special report coronavirus update. Loose lips sink acting Navy secretaries. Thomas Modly is offering to resign after he removed and publicly ridiculed Captain Brett Crozier for sending a memo about the Navy mishandling of a coronavirus outbreak aboard the Theodore Roosevelt. Correspondent Barbara Starr with more.
He was very concerned that ill soldiers were not being taken off the ship fast enough. He wanted more action. Modly proceeded to relieve him of duty, saying that he had violated trust and confidence and that he'd gone around the chain of command, that he must have known these complaints, these concerns, if you will, would become public. Modly had said the captain was either naive or stupid.
Modly's resignation is expected to be accepted. There was a bipartisan clamor for Modly to step down or be fired. On Wall Street, the Dow is up only 5. I'm Mike Moss.
Please listen, this is important. Anyone can be affected by the prescription opioid crisis. If you think you've been hurt by Purdue or its prescription opioids like OxyContin, you may be entitled to compensation as